Good morning, my beautiful crime family. I'm doing this a little later than I usually do it, and I haven't done it for a few days. So, welcome to Javabrowse. And this one's going to be quite a good one, actually, I do believe. Kind of did some digging, and then I remember I got an appointment at 3 o'clock. I haven't slept yet. So I'm going to try to go through this kind of quick, but there's a lot to go through. So I'm just going to get to it, but I'm going to say hi to my beautiful crime family. Good morning, Ro and Deborah. Good morning, girl. In Nevada, good morning. Good to see you. And hoping for answers. Good to see you. True Killer Crime. Good to see you, my girl. Nikki, good to see you. And my kid's keeper, good to see you. And Lila, good to see you. Lee, good morning, good to see you. Charisma Craft, good to see you. El Bariqua, is that right? Good to see you. And yeah, we're going to try to get through this kind of quick if I can. Jackie Bushable, good to see you. Aaron, good to see you. Everybody, Joey, good to see you. And yeah, let's just get right to it. And the first thing what do I want to do first here? First, I think I'm going to do this because I think it's very important. There, this gal was abducted in Idaho, northern Idaho. Okay. And her and her brother, she's seen her whole family killed. And then she's seen her brother that was abducted also get shot. And she was, I think, only 8 years old at the time. I'll just read you the story here. I think it's an important one. So, and this is the girl right here when her name is Shasta Groene, I think, Groene. You might remember the case. Okay, well, I'll just read it. The sole survivor of a horrific kidnapping that resulted in the deaths of her whole family is now asking for help after her home burned down. Shasta Groene was just 8 years old when Joseph Duncan, he was a serial K, if you know what I mean, broke into her Idaho home in May 2005 and Cade, her mother, Brenda Groene, stepfather, Mark McKenzie, and 13-year-old brother, Slade Groene. And there's pictures of her. What a thing, what an ordeal to go through. I mean, that's just, here's Groene when she was just 8 years old. Joseph Duncan broke into her family home and killed several members of her family. And there's like the billboards, and he was the one that was shot in front of her. They were all shot in front of her, but this one, Dylan, was also kidnapped, abducted also. Groene was kidnapped along with her brother, Dylan Groene, who was later shot. Along with her 9-year-old brother, Dylan, Groene was held captive by Duncan for almost 2 months before he shot Dylan, DEAD, in front of her. Groene, who was now in her late 20s, was later spotted with Duncan and rescued by police. According to a GoFundMe setup on March 6, Groene and her 5 children are now homeless after their Idaho home caught fire earlier this month. This was in March, okay? This was put out in March 12th, so a little over a month ago. Writing on the fundraising page, Groene's friend Robin Lawson, who set a goal of raising $100,000 and said the funds will help Shasta and her children with much needed relief and support as they navigate this traumatic time. Her post continued, Contributors will secure temporary housing, clothing, daily necessity, and eventually the rebuilding of their home. The post ended by urging people to help the Groene family not only rebuild their home, but their lives. Lawson told the Idaho Statesman that one of Groene's children alerted her to a fire in one of the bedrooms. The family, including the pet dog, escaped the blaze unhurt, but could not stop the fire from spreading. Lawson said firefighters told Groene the fires likely started from the furnace. She added to the Statesman, she, Groene, had stuff in that house that is irreplaceable. Things from her parents, her brothers that were Cade. It's just so heart wrenching. Groene has previously told how Duncan, a registered sex offender, had given her the option of being strangled or shot. So I told him, I want you to strangle me, I guess, she recalled. I couldn't picture what happened to my brother happening to me. It scared me. Groene figured that would also allow her more time to talk Duncan out of Kay and her. And there's a picture of that piece of shit. Groene was saved 48 days after the case when a Denny's waitress recognized her with Duncan at a table at their restaurant in Corridor Lane and called police. The burned remains of Dylan were later found by the side of a Forest Service road. Duncan, who was 42 at the time of the crimes, later admitted kidnapping and the K charges and was sentenced to multiple life sentences in 2008. He also was also sentenced for the 1997 M of a 10-year-old boy, Anthony Martinez. Duncan died in 2021 of brain cancer. Good enough. While on death row. And that's that story. I'm going to show you. Actually, I should post the link if I can. I'm going to show you the GoFundMe page. And here's the GoFundMe page. It's GoFundMe.com /support Shasta. Let me copy this and put this. Just give me a second here, and I'll post it in the chat here. Just give me a second here. Okay, here is the GoFundMe link, which it helps you. They've got $50,842 of a $100,000 goal, and I mean they lost everything they had. So I think it's important. I'm sure you all know. It's got to be really rugged. A mother of 4 in her late 20s. She needs help. Okay, so that's story number 1. Okay. Okay, where am I here? Gotta look around. Hey, Pebs, how you doing? Yeah, I don't know who we are. Oh, what's going on? Is it this? Yeah, it's that. Okay, there it is. It's loud in my ears. Okay, so anyway, I got a lot to go through this morning, and like I said, I forgot I have an appointment at 3, and I haven't slept yet, so I'm just gonna keep going. Finally got caught up in Java chat. I know it is really sad, Deborah. It is really sad. And yeah, she definitely needs help. And I don't know about that Russell Turcott. I guess I don't know that case. Pebs. I'll have to look that one up and see if he had anything. I know he was a serial dude. You know what I mean? Yeah, not very good. Okay, so let's done with the sad stuff. Okay, um, I'm going to read you something. Uh, Actually, let's. Yeah, I'll read you that first. Let me see what I got to do here. I got to pull this up. Which one's the first one? I think that's the first one. Yeah. Okay. So let me present this. And this is a theory that came from one of my mod investigators. And she grabbed it off of someone else's comments. So I think it's this one. Let's see. I hope it's right. No, it isn't. Okay. Funny. It is. Oh no, where'd it go? Oh, it's got to be this one. Oh, I might have to reopen that other one. Okay, so the judge, John Judge, has to go to Scott Green at the U of I to work it out. In his book, Scott Green said he was in daily meetings with Ellie discussing the investigation. Why was the head of the U of I in any Ellie meeting? Not to say every day. I will tell you why. He knows it was students of the U of I that did the deed, and by putting it on Brian, an outsider, it clears any investigation of the frat house. Some outsider came into our town and wiped out 4 of our precious students. We will tear down the house and put up a prayer garden. No, we won't build it where the house was. We will get money from the state and build it on the campus and not put the victims' names on it after all. If they don't blame some outsider, U of I will lose millions of dollars on the University of Phoenix deal. Because in an investigation, you follow the early leads as to who may have done it, first clue would be to look at David Loach, the guy that Ethan and Xana had the fight with at the frat party. Bethany Funk was at that frat party with them. That's why she has exculpatory evidence about what happened. Okay, I got to stop sharing that one, and I might have to reopen the other one. Okay, which one is it here? I just want to open, no, not that one. This one, yeah. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now I'm set. This is a pretty good theory. It actually is pretty good. Let me get this crap out of the way and present this. So here's the rest of it here. Oops. Leads as to who may have done it. First clue would be to look at David Loach, the guy that Ethan and Xana had the fight with at the frat party. Bethany Funk was at the party with him. That's why she has exculpatory evidence about what happened at the party and for what happened at the house. That is why Steve G said he didn't have to go upstairs. Loach and Barry, that is. Loach was on the steroids, so this might have been roid rage, which there is such a thing. There is such a thing as roid rage when you're taking steroids. And what did Maddie tell Adam? Did she tell him Kaylee had been investigating Hudson Lindau's death? It was a hazing gone bad by Loach and Barry and was going to turn that info into LE. That's why roid rage would have him unalive her and Maddie. Kaylee was into true crime. There's more, but this is long enough. I think that's pretty good. And if you watched 1111 True Crime, she's going to be on May 3rd, I think it is. She's going to be on panel. And if you've watched like the OMG video and one of her latest ones, uh, it's really quite amazing stuff. Oh yeah, yeah. You know what? Nothing would surprise me in this case, Pubs. Nothing would surprise me. Uh, who's retiring this December? Yeah, I think he is too, Joey, and I think they're going to prove it. I really do. Right, Pabs? I don't like him. I never liked him from the first day I seen him. From the very first day I seen him. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Yeah, that was a fun panel with with Randy and Big Mikey. That was pretty fun. We're gonna definitely do that again. Okay, so now let me see here. What do I got? Oh, I just want to show you this real quick because I don't know if you guys know this or not. I'm just going to show you it. I'm not going to let it play because that would take forever. Yeah, check. I don't. Have you guys heard this? TikTok ban now inevitable after House overwhelmingly passes bill forcing sale. If they don't divest from that company, China, they are going to ban TikTok in the United States. That bill did pass. It's inevitable unless China lets it go. Crazy. And I don't really want that to happen because you know what's going to happen. There's going to be a bunch of TikTokers coming to YouTube and true crime. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me either. But I kind of hope it doesn't happen because YouTube will get flooded. And then, anyway, there's another story, and then what do we got? What else we got here? Did I lose something? Oh, I might have lost something. Or that's what I was going to do with this. And no, I'm not going to do that now. Okay, so I'm going to. What happened? Oof, my screen went black for a second. Okay, what else do I got here? I got something very cool. And we're going to watch. Let me see. How can I do this here? Let's see if I can do it this way. Why is this not get? There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Right there. And we're going to watch a very early interview with Kurt Cobain. And here we go. Poor Fury. What? No, what the hell here? You can't. You can't hear him? Are you serious? I wonder why. What the hell's going on? Huh. Well, let's try this again. I'll stop sharing and reshare it. Well, that's really weird. Okay, let me know if you hear it now. Are you hearing any of this? No? Oh, what the hell? Okay, let me see here. Screen. Oh, what the hell? It shows that it's all the way up. It's sharing the screen. I have no clue what's going on here. None whatsoever. Let me try one other thing. I'll try opening it in a different program. That might work. Because it did ask me what program it wanted me to open it with, and I just chose, movie deal. Um, let's see. I know, and it's a really good interview, too. Okay, open with movies and TV, maybe photos. Wouldn't be photos. Well, what about this? Let me see if this. Okay, I might get there. Just hold on. Okay, I want to stop it, shrink it a little bit. What do I do here? I gotta go up. I can't go up anymore. Get that out of the way. I'm almost there. I bet you this might work. I think that's the one. Okay. So let me know now if you can hear this or not when I start this. Okay, can you hear it? Oh, YouTube must be having some problems. Can you guys hear this now? A little bit? God, it's cranked. What the hell is going on? Is it loud enough that you can listen to it though? Okay, some people are hearing it. Okay. All right. I'm gonna let it play. Oh my my God. What the hell? I don't believe this. Okay, let me. Oh, okay, I know what I can do. I do know what I can do, and it will work. It will work. I'll make it work. Okay, where is it? Oh my God. Oh, this is just crazy. Okay, I'm getting closer, I think. Jeez, I don't believe this. There we go. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing this, and now it's going to work. I guarantee it. Here we go.
He bought a zapper.
What is it?
So it's like,
What is that?
It's a taser.
Okay. Is it good now?
Oh, let's try. Let's try.
Is it all good?
Where did you get it? Here?
Same place I bought the Dreamer. I can't remember the name of the place.
Okay,
Brain
thank
Machine.
you.
What is it,
Shop.
like an import shop or something?
Right, Nevada.
No, I think it was. I think most
And
of the
this
stuff
is the Dreamer.
was here. Yeah, this is the Dreamer.
Did you try it?
I've tried it. Yes.
What did you dream about?
Oh, I dreamed about German shepherds and having sex with my stepfather.
This is like his best
Eating
interview.
flowers.
It really is.
No, smoking potpourri. How do you pronounce that? Potpourri?
Potpourri?
Yeah,
Right.
I like to smoke potpourri.
Like, can you choose what kind of dreams you can have with this machine?
No.
Just-
No, it's not necessarily dreams. It is a there are like 1, 2, 3, 6 different functions.
Right.
They're programs, and they basically just help with stress, insomnia, relaxation, creativity, concentration, and meditation.
That's funny. Like, the stress key, does it take it to a stress situation, a condition? Is that it?
It would relieve you of stress.
Right.
And these
Yeah,
are
anyway.
these are the glasses, and they're I don't know all the technical terminology for exactly how to explain it, but they flash red lights on and off in different patterns, and they coincide with your alpha and whatever other
Right.
alpha and beta waves in your brain, and then there's a sound that goes along with that also. It's really amazing. It
Do you have
really
to
works.
keep your eyes open to?
No, you close your eyes. It's just like staring into the sun and going.
You can feel the flashes.
Yeah, you can see the flashes, and after a while, you don't see red anymore. You see all these different patterns of different colors and stuff. It's really neat, and it relaxes you. Excuse me. But I can't demonstrate it because I have the wrong voltage. But I look like I'm in a techno band, like the Shaman or something, don't I?
Looks like some of those virtual reality machines. Did you
Yeah,
ever
that's
try
basically what this is. I haven't tried one though. I'm really interested in that stuff. I can't find any places where I would be able to try one out yet.
Do you think that something like that would help you when you're in the studio, like trying to create or to do something? And that's not the purpose you're using it.
I hope so. I've only just tested it for 1 hour today, and I was pleased with the results. It really made me feel good.
Good.
It really made me feel relaxed.
That's
It was
good.
great.
That's good. I was going to ask you about relaxing because everybody's taking good time here in Brazil, taking vacation. All the other bands are in the festival, and you are in the studio working. Why is that? Do you have?
Well, we're not necessarily working. We're just practicing, just trying to make songs because the studio was available, and we just like to jam sometimes. So we decided to do a little bit of pre-production for our next record, see what the new songs would sound like, record it, and maybe add some parts and just make up some songs. You know.
But Nirvana is not in the kind of pressure to do a new album. That's not why you're working here in Rio or
No,
Not
no,
really.
no. Well, I don't think we're really under pressure. I mean, we have enough songs for the new album, but we would like to have more. We'd like to have more to choose from. Definitely. We have about maybe 13 songs, and we begin recording in the second week of February. So that's pretty soon. And we're only allowing ourselves 2 weeks to record.
right.
To record and mix, and that's it. That's the album.
Mhm.
And if we don't do it in time, we're not going to put out an album.
Right, but you don't have any date specifically to put this album out, or no plans, no plan.
No,
That's fine.
except we have a date to record. We have to record starting the second week of February.
Second week of February, right? And so in Brazil here, it was very spontaneous that we were working in the studio here, and I was wondering, how was the show in São Paulo for you? And did you feel confident enough to try some more new songs on the show? You tried just one, right? In São Paulo.
I don't remember.
I guess it was just one, or at least
I
you
think we
announced-
played a couple of new songs, and then we did some new wave songs. You know, we
Right.
started jamming and stuff. But for the most part, we don't want to over practice the new songs. Actually, it's a good idea to play new songs. You know, to see what the vibe is like live. But I guess I don't have an explanation why we didn't play more new songs. Really.
Right. But well, maybe
Normally we do, but and a while ago we got so tired of people bootlegging stuff, and we want the new album to be more or less a surprise. We don't want anyone to know what the new songs sound like because it'd be bootlegged like that, and everyone wouldn't be as surprised.
Well, the press is talking about this new record that they say is going to be more heavy. I mean, can you give us any hint of that? What is heavy?
Yeah, what is heavy?
Yeah, can you define something like that?
Who said it was going to be heavier?
I mean, Rolling Stone maybe.
Fuck them. What would they know?
Yeah, and you're not going towards any specific direction or heavy direction or something.
I think we're going in more of an experimental new wave type of direction. It's kind of hard to explain. Actually, have you heard the Incesticide record? That's the kind of band we used to be. We used to be more like Gang of Four, new wave influence, like more experimental with more noise and different effects boxes and stuff. And then we started getting too much into straight ahead garage grunge music, and that's pretty much what Bleach was like. And then Nevermind was more pop, a little bit more commercial. And now we're kind of reverting back to the first thing, which would sound more like Incesticide, just weirder stuff.
Was that intentional? This kind of evolution? I mean, going towards commercial songs.
We just happened to be really into the idea at the time. It seemed like a really challenging idea at the time because we were playing punk rock underground clubs, and we thought it would be really funny to test that out on those kind of people to see if they would be able to swallow more of a clean pop, sound, and see if we can get away with it, because we love that kind of music. We like a lot of commercial music that's good. Most of it's old. Most of the old commercial stuff we like, but it was just something to do. We're pretty much bored with that phase now because you're really limited, especially when you're a three-piece, because there's not much you can do with 3-chord guitar rock.
Not really. Oh, the whole new wave concept. I mean, when it began, it was very pop. I mean, like if you can name any bands, you mentioned
like the
Gang of Four.
B-52s, Devo, anything.
They were pretty pop, and they were not like
Ramones.
betraying anything.
No. I think that's one of the most grossest periods of music in history is right around the mid 80s when this crossover metal and punk rock thing started happening, where it wasn't cool to write songs that had melody anymore. It had to be total noise and aggression all the time. And I just got really sick of that. Is there an ashtray around here somewhere?
Yeah. Can you get one?
Thanks.
And so this wave now is gone. I mean, this middle 80s senseless or pointless rock, right? I mean, because of grunge and all this new so-called alternative.
Thanks.
Is that it?
For us, do you mean? Or
For
anything?
pop music and for rock. And do you think because I guess I have the impression that this kind of music will always exist.
I think so.
So, but
I think it always, yeah, it revolves in a circle all the time. You know, everything will always revert back to melody. I mean, because that's the notable thing to an ear.
right. But how do you feel about maybe there will be an answer to the sound you're making now, you and all these bands that I to rock or more noisy rock, the rock they did in the middle '80s will come back. Is there a chance that this happen? And how do you
I
feel
think it's
about
happening already. I mean, obviously, the most popular alternative bands on a national commercial scale are more, commercial. They're more clean and like Pearl Jam and stuff like that. And that's the same thing that happened with punk rock. Punk rock was
How many of you out there think that she was involved? How many of you think that Hole was involved? I'd like to just see what you guys think of that. No? Yeah, that's me too, Pebs. I do too. I don't like her. I really don't. We used to do one song of hers. I can't even remember the name of it now. I can kind of remember how it goes, but I don't like her. Just and then what was it? The bass player? Didn't she end up dying from heroin overdose or something? And she's the one that holds the one that got Courtney's the one that got her going. Oh, good morning, Hope. um, I think the bass player, and she was from Minnesota, from my home state, and she had her life all together, and she was in a band in Minneapolis doing really well. I can't remember her name, but I remember reading the story not long ago. It was just like 6 months ago or something. And Courtney Love wanted her to be the bass player out there in Seattle, and she moved out there, and she died fairly soon from a heroin overdose, and she wasn't even into heroin. God, I wish I could remember her. Yeah, that's it right there, Pebs. Yeah, Kristen Pfaff or whatever. Yeah, that's her name. Yep. And I thought that was really fishy too. And if you read up on her, she's like really egotistical and what do you call narcissistic and like a power control type person. I don't like I think she had something to do with his unaliving. I really do. Anyway, I'll keep it going here.
really aggressive and raunchy, and those bands got signed to major labels, and it didn't do too well in the mass media, and so then all these punk rock bands turned into new wave bands, So that's exactly what we are. We're a fucking new wave band.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the way things go, I mean, just yesterday I saw. Well, it's help.
Well, I hope. I don't really like to think of us as just strictly one of those kind of bands who used to be punk rock and then went to a commercial option just for financial reasons or to be played on the radio. It was something that we sincerely wanted to do. We really liked the stuff that we were trying to do at the time.
And as you said, you were trying to tease your audience, your punk club audience,
in a small way. Yeah, it was more of a test. Right. It was more of a test for us, actually, to see if we had enough guts to get away with the acceptance by the people who we respect, because the people who we respect the most are the people in the underground punk rock audiences. Right.
But now about what Nirvana is trying to do now is the opposite. I mean, you're trying to challenge another kind of audience into something completely new for them. Isn't that more dangerous, maybe, for the band or for you?
Not for us, because we don't give a shit at all now what anybody thinks of us. I mean, we can get away with anything, pretty much. I mean, that's kind of a sad thing in a way, but I would definitely like to see the people who liked our band, who liked Nevermind because it was easy to listen to. I would love to see them get into or appreciate the noisier side of our music, and then hopefully maybe they will look back into some of the old punk rock bands like Black Flag and Flipper and stuff like that, and hopefully that, and there will be other bands, current bands, who will be on major labels and they'll listen to that stuff too. You know,
Right.
it's not necessarily like a big crusade we're on. You know, like, you know, I mean, fuck, we're just a band, but you know,
Especially now that everybody seems to jump in the wave or the movement that you seems to represent now. I just heard yesterday, I was telling you that Madonna is looking for a grunge band to sign. I mean,
Right.
how do you, is it possible? I mean, just because she has a label and she can come with some really original sound?
well, people like that tend to think that they can buy anything. You know, I'm, I personally don't think that she's really sincerely into that kind of music. I wouldn't know because I don't know her as a person, so maybe she is, but to me it seemed kind of superficial. It seems like a cash-in kind of thing,
Exactly.
and an attempt to be kind of hip and get a little bit more credibility. But in a way, I respect Madonna for the things that she has introduced, because she's introduced some subversive things, and it has nothing to do with sex as far as I'm concerned. I'm talking about like the introduction to the Vogue dance, which originated in the gay clubs in the mid 80s and early 80s, and stuff like that. And she's always been supportive of things like that, which is, I think is really cool.
Right.
She's just from a different world, you know, so I don't expect her to understand punk rock, because I mean, obviously she knew about punk rock. She had to. She, you know, she was hanging out in New York at that time, and she chose to ignore it. So
But
that was her choice.
the big public would buy it anyway just because it's a Madonna's business now, wouldn't they? I mean, do they care for superficiality, or if they just have a name attached to the record they would buy? Oh, this band might be superficial, but she's producing that. How superficial are consumers and all that? The mass.
I don't know. It's hard to say right now because it seems like people, well, generally, people are looking for things that are a bit more sincere and real now. I try to be optimistic enough to hope that people are being out or are looking towards things like that.
Is this happening with I mean, with rock, even European rock? How much can you say about European rock, English rock maybe? Because this is very true with American rock. But you mentioned new wave, and a good part of new wave came from England.
I think some absolutely amazing and very influential bands came from England and Europe, all over. But that was in the early 80s, and they weren't afraid to experiment, like, you know, bands like the Raincoats and Kleenex and stuff like that. I mean, fantastic music, but the way that I see the current British rock scene is very I think they're more interested in an interesting character, more interesting characters in the band, like people who give better interviews than they do music, you know, and it's very fashion conscious and very trendy, and I don't really dig it at all myself. There's not very many English bands I can think of that I like. In fact, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I know there are a few. I know there are, but I just can't really think of them.
But English bands from early 80s. I remember an interview with you. You said something like the 10 most important records for you, and one of them was from a band called Young Marble Giants, which is I thought I was the only person that listened to that. That was very it's a very simple record at all.
Yeah.
Can you say it's like, how close is it to your intentions in music? Because it was this record from Young Marble Giants.
I'm heavily influenced by them. It doesn't sound like it in our music, but they're just the emotions they evoked, and the feeling, the sincerity and all that. It's just and the songwriting I think is fantastic, and it's so original too. You know, no drums, you know, except for the little Casio thing. Great,
And
I just love that stuff.
so it has to do with purity. I say that purity too,
Yeah.
in terms of music, and that's what Nirvana is all about: purity of music, right?
I would like to think that there's some purity in this. Yeah, naive, purposely
Naive also.
naive.
Well, it had the whole attitude during the show in São Paulo. I was talking about it was naivety, I think, and how much a huge crowd of 50,000 can get this message of purity or naivety. Does it matter how big is the show for you to send this message?
Well,
You-
that's kind of a hard thing. That's kind of a hard question to answer because it's it's flattering to know that we are affecting that many people, but I'm certain that a very good majority of the people had no idea what the fuck we were doing. You know, they had no idea that we were doing new wave covers and trying to have fun and trading off instruments and just trying to have a party atmosphere, because most of them only attend those kind of arena large rock shows and they expect a very clean professional performance from a band. So, you know, but as far as I'm concerned, I would rather play in a smaller club because it's just more intimate and fun. I really like it. I can hear the band. I'm closer to my bandmates, and we can look at each other. I don't have to say, "Hey, Chris," 100 feet away over there. You know.
Right. Well, and it seems like you were playing with the audience all the time. Like you would say rock and roll, people would go, yeah, and they would. That was a very natural answer, but you're not serious about it. When we were saying things like hey, rock and roll, and people would say, yeah, this is the kind of arena attitude, right?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. 'Cause I guess we're taking the piss out of that.
Right. But that's okay. I mean, that was the only show I ever saw from Nirvana. So that's your attitude every big show you doing lately.
Most of the time, yeah. That's one of the only ways that we can really deal with the reality of playing in front of that many people, because we never ever intended to do that, you know. And I've never hardly ever enjoyed seeing watching an arena rock show. I think I've only seen a few of them. I really liked Aerosmith when I saw them about 10 years ago, and that was a really big show.
Mhm.
But that's just because I like the band so much, and I was real familiar with the songs and everything. But I would have rather seen them in a club, you know, or a theater of a few thousand people for sure.
Nowadays, you still go out to clubs to see small shows.
I try to, but there aren't very many bands I like right now, you know.
But don't
So-
you like trying some new sound? I mean, let's see if the boys are doing something interesting now. Do you have this feeling like, oh, let's see if I find something interesting here now?
Oh,
Something totally
absolutely.
new.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely. I mean, I constantly always buying records and, you know, asking my friends what they like and listening to it. I mean, I buy so many records on tour that I still haven't listened to even half of them. I haven't had a chance to.
Right.
So,
And when a new band comes to you, or you know that they say that they were influenced by Nirvana, how do you take that? Because you're such a new band to influence some other people, aren't you? Or can you say that we influence other bands?
well, I don't know. I've never heard a band that sounds like us. I can't say that I've heard a band who sounds like they rip us off or have been influenced by us. And if they have been influenced by us, I hope they've just been influenced by the sincerity we try to put off.
Right.
I know.
Okay. Well, and just we've finished now. You were given an interview to a fanzine before us, okay? And how much you're still involved with this underground world? I mean, this fanzine stuff. I mean, you'd rather do a fanzine interview
Much well, any day of the week, yeah, I'd rather do that.
because the big press does it misquote you a lot?
They don't understand, and I just don't read those kind of magazines. I read fanzines all the time, and those are the only things that I ever really read. Normally, I don't really even care what my favorite bands have to say, you know, because I know they probably, you know, agree. I agree with pretty much the same philosophies and ideas that they do anyhow.
Right.
If we're into the same kind of music, or basically the same kind of music, so you know, that's just like the icing on the cake. That's just an extra little thing.
You yourself, do you see things that you said that are often misquoted a lot in the press?
Constantly.
Pretty-
98% of the time. Yeah.
And how much?
But not with fanzines usually because they understand us. But with other magazines, and there are a lot of magazines that just don't give a shit. They purposely misquote you just to have a funny story, or just to fuck with you, or to, just to sell their magazine, because that's the only reason they're in it. Anyways.
Okay. Well, thank you. Oh, one final question, because In Bloom lies like #1 video on MTV here, so I want to ask you one question about it. The same laugh that it seems like you were taking with the audience at this show in São Paulo, you were taking with video watchers with In Bloom, right? Which was a totally simple video and all. I mean, how intentional was that? I mean,
well,
you don't like videos, or how come you made maybe Smells Like Teen Spirit in the same purpose, and now you said no. In Bloom, the In Bloom video is like it's the beginning of an answer to all that, even to MTV or to the whole video universe.
I'm not really sure because I'm not really opposed to videos. I don't hate them. Sometimes they're fun to do. Especially that video was fun to do because it only took us 6 hours. Normally a video will take a whole day, just like over and over and over. We only had to listen to the song like 4 times. It was great. So it was really great to be able to do that, and it was totally spontaneous. Courtney had brought some dresses with her. She was taking them to a friend's house, or she had borrowed some dresses from a friend of hers, and so I thought, hey, let's put some dresses on and dance around in those. And that was just everything was just pretty much spontaneous. The basic idea was just to do a video that looked like it came from the early 60s or the late 50s.
Well, but what about the other version that you were more with suits and all like that? It was done in the same day.
Yeah.
You just change your clothes.
Yeah, we just changed our clothing.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, and you mentioned that Courtney came with those dresses, and she's recording right here. I mean, do you by any chance interfere with what she's doing some in her work, or how much does one interferes with other works?
Yeah, we get in each other's way every once in a while.
Well, yeah, but I mean more intentional.
We just like to be together all the time. We're best friends. She's my best friend, and so when she's playing music, I like to listen to it and maybe suggest some things, and she does the same thing with me too. And this was just an opportunity for her to. She came with us, and Patty, her drummer, came too. It's just a vacation, and so this was just a spontaneous thing for them to just make a few demos and see what they're going to do with it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay, slowly. Arnaldo Baptista, is that how you pronounce his name?
That's it. Mm-hmm. Where did you hear from them? I mean, who told you I tried to look for this band?
My friend Bill Bartell, who is he has a record label called Gasatanka Records, and he was in White Flag, and he's friends with Red Cross. He's a very nice guy. He has a mustache, and he's a really nice guy. And he sent me a tape of the first 2 records a few weeks ago, about a month ago. Mm-hmm. And I really liked it. And he said, if you go to Brazil, you have to say to everybody that this is a great band. And I agree with him. I think this is a very influential and cool band for the time.
How did it sound to you? I mean, does it have a Brazilian kind of sound on the background?
Yeah, there's a lot of Latin rhythms in there in some of this music. Yeah.
Because they came with this idea that let's mix Brazilian rhythm and rock, and this was in the late '60s.
Right.
Can you sense something like typical from Brazil there?
Yeah, oh definitely. There's some I can hear the rhythm and the influence in the music a lot. I respect them so much. I'm not familiar with them very much because I've just started getting into them, but I think from what I've read about them, they were very revolutionary. I mean, they made their own effects boxes, you know. They made their own fuzz boxes, and they were also really controversial too, which was they had a lot of guts to be doing stuff like that in the military society that was going on then. And I just think that is so cool.
That was totally counterculture.
Yeah,
totally,
very.
People wouldn't believe what they did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool. I like that. And I hope you enjoy the CDs too.
Yeah, I will.
And thank you again.
All right. Bye.
Oh yeah, Stevie Ray he's the best in concert, man. That guy is like totally awesome. I cried. I cried when he passed. And I was with when I found out I was with my dad, and we were driving to going from White Bear Lake to St. Paul, and heard it on the radio. I broke down, man, and heard it on the radio, and I told my dad about him, you know. And they played like Crossfire and a couple other tunes, and even my dad was like tapping his foot, and he understood where I was coming from. You know what I mean? Because a lot of his favorite musicians had passed over the years, you know. And I remember my dad always telling me he knew more people in the cemetery than he did alive, you know. And he loved music. You know, I mean, I had to watch like Lawrence Welk, and you know, he loved music. But I'll never forget that. And but the Kurt Cobain thing, I really think that Courtney Love did something. I mean, she's wicked, and she's like really jealous, and I think that book that you were talking about, Pebbles, I think I read some kind of article where it talked, or no, I think it might have been a YouTube. Actually, I think it was a YouTube video or something. And they talked about that book. And yeah, I think the mother thinks something funny too. Even with Kurt Cobain. Yeah, I agree. I need to order that book. I really need to order that book. I mean, I really, really do. Well, what is going on here? Huh. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I know. That's like, what the fuck? Yep, yep. Yeah, why'd she call Taylor Swift for? Oh, wow, Nikki. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Me too, Nikki. I will bawl when he goes. He was such a big part of me growing up. I mean, Black Sabbath was like my favorite band, and when I started learning guitar, I had to learn Black Sabbath, and I learned. I mean, I can play just about any of their songs, from Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath to, I mean, to anything. We used to do some, you know. I mean, we always did like Paranoid and stuff like that, and Sweet Leaf, and um, yeah, we even did Cornucopia, and that was a hard one to learn. Um, yeah, that one will hit me. Oh yeah, yeah. Tom Kiefer is a very talented man. Oh wow. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that was a rugged one. Yeah, Elvis. There's so many that it's like watching our generation like slowly disappearing, and it's really hard on me sometimes. And when you get older like this, anybody that's my age, no, I mean it fucking sucks, man. I mean, I'm just saying it sucks. It's like watching things disappear, and sometimes I really have a hard time with that. And yeah, and the musicians passing like that always affects me, and some more than others. Stevie was one, and yeah, if Ozzy goes, when he goes, yeah, that's going to be a big one for me. And then so many more, you know. Yeah. Yep, they do, Pebs. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Deb, yep. Oh, that's funny shit there. Yeah, I know he is tough, and he's got a new video out too. And you know what? It's pretty good. It's really really good. If I wish I dared play that one, but I don't dare play that one. I'll get, you know what I mean. They'll smack me on that one because it's brand new, and I'd have to yeah, they'll smack me if I play it. But look up Ozzy Osbourne. He's got a brand new one out, and it's very honest and true, and it's a very good song. Can't remember the name of the song, but it was good. Yeah. Well, I think that's gonna do it for me today for this morning. What is it? Hour and 7? That's pretty good for a Java browse. I didn't go looking for any funny stories today. I usually like to have a funny story, and I didn't get time to do that. So, but I got to get some sleep. It's 8:37. I got an appointment at 3 in Bemidji, so we'll leave forever. Yeah. All right, my beautiful kind family. I really love you guys, man. You are the best. You are the best, man. My my subs are my heart, my mods are my soul. Until next time, rock and roll. Love you guys.
I wanna hold the hand inside you. I wanna take the breath that's true. I look to you and I see nothing. I look to you to see the truth. You live your life, you go in shadows. You'll come apart and you'll go black. Some kind of night into your darkness. Colors your eyes with what's not there. Fade into you. Strange you never knew. light comes on slowly. A stranger's heart without a home. You put your hands into your head and their smiles cover your heart. Fade into you. Strange you never knew. Fade into you. I think it's strange you never knew. It is the springtime of my loving, the second season. I'm to know you are the sunlight in my growing. So little warmth I felt before. It isn't hard to feel me glowing. The fire that grew so low. The summer of my smiles. Flee from me, keepers of the gloom. Speak to me only with your eyes. It is to you I give this tune, and so hard to recognize. Things are clear to all from time to time. Whoa.
Okay, I wanna play something here. Just hold on a second. I want to play something. Just give me a second. Okay? It's something really special. What am I doing here? Just give me a second. It'll be worth it. If I can find it. Yes. Okay. Just hold on. Okay. Can you hold on? Can everybody hold on for just a second, please? Because this is pretty important. This is pretty important. Who's all here? Who's all here? Okay, this goes out to someone very special, okay? This goes out to someone very special. Deborah, this is for you, girl. This is Deborah's daughter. This is for you, my girl. God dang it. You can't hear it or what? What is going on with this? This is really starting to bug me. Oh man. Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna do something different here. Gonna do something different. See if this works.
We play a little Tennessee whiskey.
Can you hear this? I don't know what's going on, man. I'll try something else here. Isn't she awesome? I think she's really awesome. And she's got a few more out there. And I downloaded this last night. And then I didn't think about it when Deb, I should have done it right away when she, at the end there, instead of playing that other couple songs. So I will be playing it again. I did download it. So, and I might download a couple more because she is really good. She is. All right, everybody. I love you, and you all have a great day. Okay, and take care.